Okay, welcome to a little lesson on some reggae feel and reggae rhythms. And remember what we talked about earlier in that to get that reggae feel, you're going to have to be accenting certain beats, off beats that normally you wouldn't be accenting, like in a rock kind of feel. So a lot of times we're accenting the off beat or accenting the 3. And you can kind of hear that in the reggae feel. And I'm just going to give you some basic chord progressions, and then you could take this and hopefully make it your own and do some creative things with it and get into this style of play. I like playing a lot of the reggae type stuff out of the neck pickup or the middle pickup. I just like that throaty kind of single coil, kind of sound for it. And remember, like we talked about, accenting the off beats, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and in the verses at least. So I'm playing an A minor chord now. So if I do that with the A minor chord, you could almost feel that reggae kind of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. The big things that are so important about reggae style is that muted chuck, the upstroke, and killing the chord, so it's only ringing for just a brief. So I'm coming with a stiff upstroke, but as soon as I get through the chord, my left hand comes off. Pressure. Right? And notice I have a little reverb on the amp. That's pretty cool. Most reggae style, they use that, and they also use some delay and some wah pedal. If you're into this style, is probably a must. Some reverb and delay, all really cool things. Just go like from an A minor right below it to like a D minor. Go to the 4 chord and do, or D minor 7, and play the same kind of 1, 2, 3, 4 change. Fool around with different chord progressions, get that down, and now let's start embellishing that. You could do all kinds of different things. For instance, if we take that A minor and make it an A minor 7th, just lift your pinky off of it. A minor 7th now. So what I'm doing there is I'm doing a more, and I'm getting this down, up, kind of chucking. Remember, whenever you hear that, it's loosening pressure on that left hand. And then I just add my pinky, making it a minor 9th on the high E string, and then embellish that up a half a step. So a simple strum you could do. So see how that one is a little bit more sophisticated than the first one, but not as sophisticated as the one I just did. But so kind of take it in stages. Here what I'm doing is I'm going down, up with a chuck. Down, chuck, up, chuck. And then I'm going down, up, and on that up, I'm killing it off pressure, so you get this. Down, up. So it's like 1 and 2 and straight 8th notes, but what I'm doing is chuck down, chuck up, and then on pressure chord down, and then up with a kill. And then the second part, so think of that as the first part of the strum, and I'll write this out for you on the screen. And the second part of the strum is just down chuck, up chuck, and a down chuck with a kill at the end. So you get this if you put them together, slow. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And that's a nice kind of feel where you're accenting some of those offbeats. It has that kind of reggae kind of feel, but it's a little bit more interesting than just this. Now the other thing I do sometimes is I won't hit all 6 strings. You know, I'll maybe just play like the top 3 strings. Or maybe when I chuck, I'll just hit a couple of the strings. Any way that you can somehow vary the sound, then the standard all 6 is cool, because you create different percussive elements. Now I'm going to mix them all up. See, I can get a lot of different sounds from just how many notes of the chord I'm hitting. The other thing you could do too on the first one, instead of going, you could hit the root. They do that a lot in reggae too. Instead of doing down, chuck, up, hit just the root note, the low root note of each chord. And you get this. Change pickups. Now I'm going to go to the middle pickup. See how you can get different sounds. Try it with a wah pedal, and you can vary it even more. Again, it adds interest. Okay, let's try another rhythm. And again, I'm just giving you some basic suggestions here. Here I'm doing is down, up, chuck, up, down, up, chuck, up, and a kill. Down, up, chuck, up, down, up, down, chuck, up, kill. And then another upstroke, and then a quick 16, down, up, chuck, and a downstroke. Do it slow. Down, up, chuck. And then when I do the down on this one, I'm just hitting the root note, the first down. Root, up, chuck, up, down, or you can do an up, and then down, up. Up, down, up, chuck, and then a down. Okay, so there's just a couple just to get you in that kind of feeling of feeling out those offbeats. And it's gonna seem, if you're not familiar with this style, it's gonna be kind of hard at first, because you're gonna want to play on that downbeat, or you're gonna want to play right on that beat. And you hear, like on that particular one, see, I'm pausing, pause. See, there's a rest in there, and that could throw you off, but I want you to try this and stick with it. Take the easy ones we did first, and then go into the more complex ones, and you'll get it. It just takes a little time, and just get in that feel. Bow, 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 bow. See how that bow, offbeat, bow, 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 offbeat. See how you're really accenting those. This is your foot. Your foot goes down on the quarter note. So you're really getting that offbeat accent with that percussive chuck, or that quick kind of kill. Okay, so there's some reggae style rhythms just to get started with. These are just a few. There's an infinite number. Get creative with them, have fun, and remember, visit our website nextlevelguitar.com, and we will see you in the next lesson. Rock on.